Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for another episode of Everything Marvel Podcast. Today we're going to go over the Avengers 4 trailer. It's here, I'm very excited. Surely you've seen it already, I shared it on the page earlier today. If you haven't watched it yet, we're going to watch it together. We're going to break it down kind of scene by scene. It dropped a little bit earlier today than it was supposed to. It's supposed to come out at 9 and I saw it 7:45, 8 o'clock, so it was a little early, but it's awesome. So let's discuss it, go over it, kind of scene by scene here. So at first glance, we see Iron Man's helmet severely damaged.
This thing on?
Barely working.
Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end.
So he's floating through outer space here, guys. He is basically writing out his death, his last wishes, he's like writing a letter to Pepper. He doesn't even know that if she's going to get it or not. So first couple questions that come to my mind, how did he get off Titan? Did he just decide, hey, I'm going to try and take this airplane here that looks like it may or may not make it? Or, did he go with Nebula? Is Nebula somewhere else? Did she take a different airplane? What happened? Was his airplane just not space-worthy and he didn't realize it? He's never really done space travel before, so we don't know for sure.
Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
So he's obviously convinced he's going to die in outer space. He's drifting. He's out of food. He's out of water. He has zero hope for living. From that view, it doesn't look like Nebula's with him. But Marvel has misled us many times before by, cutting things out of the shot and leaving things out for specific reasons at specific angles or whatever. So she could very well be with him. I've not ruled that out yet. They dusted the logo. I love it. So Thanos' armor, this is what is being called Titan 2. Somehow, there is a separate Titan that Thanos has either traveled to or created. It's this utopia. It's how he wants his planet to be. It's how he thinks his planet should be after all this mess has happened. Is it with the Reality Stone? Did he go back in time? We don't really know. But it has specifically been called Titan 2. That is a fact by the directors.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do.
If you look at that shot, it looks like, to me, he is wearing the gauntlet. It also looks damaged. Can we back that up just a hair? Right? Maybe there. Let's see. All right, so I can see the gauntlet on him. But as I'm watching, I'm like, this looks a little damaged. This is another one of those shots. I feel like they're deceiving us purposefully. They are trying to mislead us like they did in the Infinity War trailers. Hulk's running up in the Infinity War trailers. Hulk didn't show up once. I think this is another misdirection. So is that theory right? We'll find out.
Exactly what he said he was going to do.
They're back at the old base. You recognize this base, right?
He wiped out 50%
Cap shaved, if you didn't notice.
of all living creatures.
50% of all living creatures, not just humans. That was confirmed a while back. Life forms, animals, and humans. Now, if you blink right there, you're going to miss something. Let me see if I can catch right there. Okay. So you notice that's Mark Ruffalo. That's the Hulk. It's like they have this list here, this on their screen of missing persons of people. They don't really know if they got snapped, if they're, they died, what happened to them. Because obviously Peter Parker's on there. Scott Lang is on there because they can't quite find him. And I think it's the very first, let me see if we can get it right there. You see Shuri on the other side. A lot of people theorized that she was going to survive the snap because we didn't see, if you go back and watch Infinity War, we didn't see her disappear or not. So a lot of people theorized that she was going to take over as the ruler of Wakanda, which would be really cool. She could be the new Black Panther. She knows all the technology. She could learn the fighting. That would be really cool. This tells me they didn't find her. Did she get snapped? That's not being confirmed or denied. There's no way to know for sure just yet. A lot of people say, oh, well, she's back in Wakanda. They've resecluded themselves from the world. They're hiding, trying to rebuild, whatever. She could be still living there. Very possible, because Scott Lang obviously is on their list. He's in the quantum realm, and he made it out.
We lost. All of us.
We lost, all of us. A lot of people are keying in on that. Everybody lost something. And this is a shot of Nebula. Where is she? It looks to be on the spaceship. If you kind of look off in the background, it looks like the sun is shining in on it, and she may also be floating through space with Tony. Or maybe she was like, well, forget you, and she left him. Maybe he took a spaceship and she took a spaceship.
You lost friends. You lost family.
I'm trying to figure out what she was kind of brushing her hand on right there. I can't figure out whose hand that is. At first glance, I went, that's Loki's hand, because it kind of has a gauntlet-looking glove on. But I have zero proof of that. That was just my first thought when I saw it.
You lost family?
They lost family. A lot of people have keyed in on when Cap just said, we lost family, and then they just so happened to pan over to none other than...
We lost a part of ourselves.
Ronin. Clint Barton is back as Ronin. We called this, the whole internet called this a long time ago. With all those shots came out, showed us pictures of him in his new black suit. He's Ronin. Hands down. Ronin. Not Ronan, the Destroyer. The Conqueror. Two different people. That's two different people. This is completely different. This character, Ronin, is sort of a samurai, and it's kind of a mantle that is passed down. You either kill the old Ronin or you are handed the mantle by the old Ronin. Like you have to earn it, and something happens to you to make this change happen also. There's some deep pain, and a lot of people are saying, oh, his family died because of what Cap just said. His family died, and that's what made him snap. No pun intended, but pun absolutely intended. So he is now turned into this character, and it's like, well, is he still Hawkeye? No, he's Clint Barton. No longer Hawkeye. He's taken on a new mantle, so to speak.
This is the fight of
notice this right here. Cap has shaved, but also that is the Winter Soldier outfit from Captain America 2. Not Avengers, not Captain America the First Avenger. This is the outfit from Winter Soldier. I didn't catch that the first couple, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 times I watched this. But, so is he back good with the government? Is the government went like, oh, you're good, be our buddy again? I don't buy it.
our lives.
That right there. That is a big hint that we've been talking about. So time travel has been thrown around as this one. So we don't know how, but it is a huge theory right now that they time travel back in time to undo the snap somehow. They get their own gauntlet. They collect the stones before Thanos does. There's all these different versions of this theory. However, one of the big ones, knowing that Chris Evans' contract is almost up, a lot of people saying he's going to go back in time and he's going to find Peggy Carter. He's going to stay with her and live his life out. This picture right here almost 100% confirms that in my mind. This would be a perfect way to send Chris Evans out of the MCU, to send, Captain America, his character, out. It'd be perfect.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
This tells me they have a plan of some sort. What is their plan? That's another huge question. Another huge question that's floating around right now is, where's Rocket Raccoon? We know he survived the snap. He had to sit there and watch Groot wither away. That was so sad. Also, where is Captain Marvel? I think they're purposefully misleading us yet again because her movie has not dropped yet. They don't want to let us have any more hints about her powers, her involvement in this next movie. But I can guarantee you she's going to be in there somehow. Finally, we have a title. This was one of the big rumored titles around the internet after Infinity War because of Doctor Strange's famous line, "We're in the end game now." Everybody was like, "Nah, that can't be." Even me, I was like, "Nah, that's too obvious. That's just silly. There's no way they're gonna." They did. They used that, and I'm good with it. They actually had titled it Annihilation to throw people off, while they were recording. Oh, it's Annihilation, and they do that all the time with movies. They'll like name it something different and then drop the real name on you later.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang.
Okay, so if you've been keeping up with our MCU happenings, the last movie was Ant-Man and Wasp. Scott Lang was trapped in the quantum realm, right? He went down there, was gathering their new thing they were searching for, quantum energy, to help Ghost. And so he got trapped there because the snap happened while he was in there. Great timing, right? How did he get out? Everybody that knew he was in there got snapped. Everybody who could get him out got snapped. They gave him this warning, oh, be careful of time vortexes. They're warning him about all this stuff. How does he get himself out? Does Captain Marvel get him out?
We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany.
They met a few years ago. He's referring to Civil War. Also, a few years ago, we're trying to figure out where the first rumors were that it was 5 years after the snap. So people would have had time to rebuild their lives. People would have had time to kind of get over the pain of the snap, But I don't know if it's actually 5 years.
Got got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
Also, they have moved up the release date. It is now April, the end of April. It was the middle to the second week of May. Now it's the end of April. They did this with Infinity War. That's awesome. We don't have to wait as long now. That's great. So, only a 2.5-minute clip. They throw in the little humor at the end because it's really heavy. It just hits you hard. There's so many things to digest and think about and to process watching this. So, there's the trailer. The theories are just flooding in the internet right now. Some have been confirmed from our other theories from Infinity War. Some brand new ones are coming out. Some others have just been nixed completely. We won't really know anymore until we get another trailer or we see Captain Marvel. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.